Welcome back to another episode of the Nights in the AM podcast.
We'll be bringing you up to date on Central Florida sports, news, and all things UCF with your hosts, Zach Klauber and Brendan Stegner.
And as always, go Knights.
And charge on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Nights in the AM podcast. Brendan Stegner here, joined by
Zach Klauber.
What's going on, Zach?
What's up, buddy?
How's school going? It's like 3-4 weeks in. Doing well?
I have been very behind, actually,
Yeah,
Steg.
I've been behind too. It's tough, living in dorm and then moving over to apartment. There's a lot more responsibilities. I love it. I actually have a much better time.
Me too. I was afraid that the apartment life wouldn't be better than the dorm life, but I think it is.
It definitely is. It's pretty easy to hang out with each other. I feel like there's more
better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be a problem for those who don't have cars, but it's really not.
Yeah, no, it's a good
But
time.
You're pretty good at it because you ride your bike. But then there's people like...
All I have is a bike. But I am 2 miles away, so I'm probably the furthest away out of all of our friends. Mm-hmm. Still make it work. So
what about Keegan?
Pat myself on the back. Keegan does not make it work. He doesn't even hang out with us. He's actually closer to you than I am, I bet.
Yeah, I bet so, too.
It's close, but, I mean, I'm pretty far. So see.
You are far, definitely.
It started to become that time of the semester where, like, my logical mind tones down a bit, and I start to act like more of an idiot on an everyday basis because of all the studying I'm doing. Like,
that takes your brain power.
Like, yeah, the other day I was at my friend's dorm, and before I left, I thought I was missing my watch. So I turned my backpack upside down. I was like shaking it, and my friend was like, it was Nikolai. He was like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll find it." And as I was looking, I noticed that the watch was on my wrist. And
classic.
Yeah,
That's
I was shaking it. I was like, "Oh, there it is," and nothing came out of the bag. And Nick was like, "Are you like, what are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing. Have a good one." And I just left.
Is Nikolai doing good?
He was studying for Calc 2. Like Calc 2 is a harder class than I'll ever have to take at the school.
Same with me. What do you think is the hardest class you've taken or will take at the school?
I'll take as a business major?
Yeah. Because I think mine is probably taking a language.
They're all pretty similar. They're all different, but like the format's similar. If you don't know how the business classes work here, it's 5 or 6 meetings a semester, and it's half online. So, I mean, they're all pretty similar. The content is just similar but different, like branches wise. But I don't know. I guess like the finance classes will begin to be another level up from where I am.
I think my only hard ones I'll take would be the language requirement I need to get out of the way.
Yeah, so neither of us are engineering majors. So if you're an engineering major, my heart goes out to you. You guys grind like I've never seen students grind before.
Do you know naturally in Compass, the engineering major takes 5 years instead of 4?
Really?
I know that from working at...
Are you kidding me?
At COSIS, yeah.
That's crazy.
Because when I got hired, my boss's boss was telling me, like, it was a weird conversation. No reason to be telling me this yet.
Yeah.
But she was talking about how, like, the goal of advising is basically get students done in 4 years.
Yep.
But engineering take 5, and the university hates that, and they're trying to change it.
Well, how come? Is it just because they have
because of the maths.
Yeah, they have to take so many maths, right?
It's because, say, a student didn't come in with any credit, he'd have to take
the
math placement exam. Let's say he placed lowest algebra, so maybe algebra semester, trig and pre-calc, then calc 1, then calc 2, then calc 3, then linear, then DEQ, so a lot of stuff. But hey, let's not talk about math anymore.
Let's
talk about
sports.
This
is a break from math.
Some sports.
And let's go and dive into sports. Let's talk about UCF football first. So no recap yet because there wasn't really much happening since the last episode. But football, we got a game against Stanford. Now, last episode, I said we would destroy Stanford. I take that back.
Oh.
This is why, okay? Mm-hmm. David Lorenzo Shaw is the coach. He's been the coach for a very long time at Stanford. He knows what he's doing. Stanford got blown out last game by USC. USC's not even good.
That's true.
They were forced to start a freshman quarterback.
Now they're ranked also.
They were forced to start a freshman quarterback by the name of Davis Mills. It's his first year. It's his second game ever. Now they're going to have KJ Costello. He's back, and he's good. And he's good. And we are... I love the chemistry we're playing with right now, but we cannot overlook the fact that Stanford's not ranked, that Stanford just lost. Yeah. This coach is very good at managing the clock, and it's gonna bite us in the ass if we don't, drop our expectations.
That I think is coming in as a huge advantage, and we just talked about it right before the podcast, is it's supposed to be like 106 on the field.
Yeah, temperature?
Temperature, and we're used to it, and we've seen what happened. Like, obviously, Stanford's like a hot weather team.
Do you remember the Pittsburgh game?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Pittsburgh, by basically the second quarter, players were cramping on Pittsburgh. They couldn't run. They were getting tired, and it's like, and that was definitely the hottest sporting game I've ever went to was that Pittsburgh game, and this one's supposed to be hotter.
That's a good point. I mean, the thing with Pittsburgh is that they're not used to hot weather. Like, Stanford's weather is nicer. It's still not hot. It's not Orlando hot. The sun just beams right on us, and we're used to it. They're not, but yeah, that could be a major factor. Hopefully, we take that into consideration, considering how fast we are as an offense. So,
I also just looked up real quick because I thought it was fun that we did it for the last game. The over/under.
Yeah, I wrote that too.
It's 62, right?
Yeah, the full points is 62, and the point spread is UCF by 7.5. So
I'll take the point spread.
So you think UCF's going to win by more than 7.5?
Yeah, but I'll take the under.
Yep, I'll take the under, and we're going to beat Stanford by 6.
You'd think that little? That would be the closest game we had.
Yeah, in a while, right?
Since
Memphis, when we beat Memphis by 1 last year at Memphis.
Yeah, but every other game, I mean, we even beat Cincy by double digits, right?
Yeah, we destroyed them.
And then we beat Memphis by double. We ended up beating.
them by like 14.
Yeah.
I think, it's going to be close.
Yeah, that would be the closest game then since the Memphis.
What we're used to, these AAC teams, is like they're just used to college football type play, like the new style of football, like score a bunch of points, the quarterbacks have jacked arms kind of thing. Stanford's traditional. We haven't faced any of those teams.
But, I mean, Pittsburgh is traditional.
They are, but they weren't acting traditional last year when they kept dropping
Navy?
Like flies. Navy's just bad.
Navy's really boring. Is that the one that they would just run it every time?
Triple option. That's when they made their starting quarterback, Zach Abey, they made him a wide receiver. And they don't have wide receivers. They just run triple option, so he just didn't play.
I hated that. That was like so boring.
That was bad. But I'm going to take Stanford on that one. UCF with the victory, only by 6. I have some insider news on the quarterback situation. And this news you won't hear anywhere.
Don't name drop.
Heupel did not mention these in interviews. I just have connections. So, from what my understanding is right now, Dillon Gabriel is set to start against
injury or no?
Well, last game, Brandon Wimbush was not 100%. This is what's going through Coach Heupel's mind right now. Daryl Mack is practicing. He's back.
Which is weird how early he got cleared. But
yeah, considering he might have missed the season. The rule is that if you play 4 games, you're still eligible to be redshirted. So Dillon Gabriel is going to start the first 4 games that we have, or play the first 4 games.
And then get redshirted.
And if Mack is 100%, Gabriel will be redshirted for the rest of the year. If not, Gabriel, what it looks like, is going to be the starter for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
and
next year.
What they plan on doing with Wimbush now. You know Taysom Hill.
No, that's stupid.
It is stupid. You know the meme that's like, it's like,
I'm a quarterback.
Yeah, he's like, I play wide receiver.
Yeah, the Spice Adams meme.
Yeah, it's funny. But that's what they plan on doing. And I wanted your opinion on this because Wimbush came from Notre Dame getting outbeat by Ian Book at the quarterback spot. He came here for an opportunity.
So this is my opinion on it.
Yeah, go.
Taysom Hill, great player. Brandon Wimbush cannot do everything Taysom Hill does. Brandon Wimbush is probably a better quarterback than Taysom Hill is.
Yeah.
Wimbush is not nearly fast enough to be on punt coverage team. Not strong enough either to be a blocker. He could probably go out for passes, but he's not that quick again. Yeah. Be a good running back like Wildcat, but it's stupid. I don't like it actually at all.
I do want to talk about the running game in a second, but how do you think Wimbush feels? I mean, I love the chemistry. Wimbush is happy and all, but I mean, to leave Notre Dame, to get money to go to Notre Dame and then leave it for a quarterback opportunity for UCF, and you're not even playing quarterback.
That's sports, though, dude. That's what it's about, especially
business,
college sport.
I mean, I guess you got to outbeat, the next guy, and
it's the next guy up. So I always say it.
You're right.
Next
That's
guy
a good point, and good for Gabriel for that start. I guess I want to say I want to watch him play all year because I like watching him play. I think he's something special.
Okay, wait. Let's say. Okay, you finish.
I was just gonna say I think it's better for the school if Daryl Mack came back 100%, no rush, but I think Daryl Mack right now is the clear answer.
So what I was going to ask is, let's say Mack's not clear till week 6. Dillon Gabriel then comes in, doesn't get redshirted.
I think Mack is going to miss the year.
If that's the case?
Yeah.
Like regulations or injury? Because it's like, is it like the PUP
I don't know. That's
list?
actually a good question, and maybe the reason I don't know that is because it's so far away. But
do you know how the PUP list works in the NFL?
No, how does it work?
So it's physically unable to perform. So you get put on it, and by week 6, you have to be reactivated on the current roster, or you're out for you can't be on the roster for the season. Or maybe it's like you just have to cost
that must be how it works then. Well,
and that's for people like
Mack was already
Cam Newton when he
redshirted,
gets into a car accident.
Yeah, good times. But let's talk about the running game for a second. This is a big thank you to the UCF running team. So basically, look at these running backs, right? You got McCray, you got Killens, Otis Anderson, and now Bentavious Thompson is mixed in. Big fan. The reason that we're so good at running is because of the chemistry. And Anthony Tucker is the running backs coach. And I read an article that he wrote. He loves working with the running backs. And what makes him special is that they sub all the time, and they're not just running backs. So McCray will go in at the running back position, and Killens will be a wide receiver because he catches touchdowns.
I like when teams do that,
and
too.
Otis is now the running back. Bentavious Thompson will be, whatever, receiver, and mix and match like that. They don't have a problem with each other when they get taken out. And I have so much respect for that.
Yeah, that's great.
Because even me with intramural sports, I mean, I'm not trying to get noticed by the NFL when I'm playing intramural football, but I don't want to get taken out. I'm devoting my time.
We were just talking about baseball. Like, I wouldn't mind, but I really don't want to be taken out.
Yeah,
like,
and these kids are trying to make a career out of this. And I respect it so much that they're just
it's dangerous.
So friendly with each other.
They're treading on dangerous waters, however, though.
Yeah, so, and think about 2 years ago when I started watching UCF, our team was our quarterback, Milton, and our linebacker, Shaquem. And since then, it's basically now our running backs, our run game, and now our corners are showing out, which I've never seen before.
Which were really bad.
Technically, we're talking about the QB situation. As long as we have these running backs doing what they're doing, I'm not even too worried.
Yeah.
They're pretty unstoppable. And they're not like any team has seen before, Like, if you're a third string any position, what's the chances you're going to be even noticed?
Yeah,
Bentavious Thompson's a fourth string, and he's damn important.
Cornerback's the only position where that would be legitimate, and maybe wide receiver, but it's not like NFL. But yeah, no, I mean, that's good. It's scary, though, because who do you think's the most notable name of our running back core?
Okay, so probably Killens.
Probably
senior,
Killens.
And he's so fast, one of the fastest in
But
college.
that means that and lowest would then be
Bentavious.
Yeah, Bentavious, definitely, but probably McCray would be lower than Otis.
Yeah, I guess so. McCray's only a true sophomore, though.
And then that's bad. Like, obviously, McCray has time to play, but that's bad for them then. And
that
I get the friendliness, and that's good, but I don't know.
I don't know, and that's why I mentioned I'm surprised Otis didn't transfer out because of how good he is. He's like third string, and he's living his life,
Which is fun, but I don't know if it's
great
the best
for us.
strategy.
I'm just surprised that it worked out like that, and good for them if they're happy that way.
Yeah, if they're happy, that's great. Then, but yeah, I don't know. They're treading on dangerous waters.
It's definitely them that are making this big difference, and that's why I feel so comfortable with the team right now because of them.
Yeah, no, I mean, is it noble? Yes. Is it upsetting in a sense because I want all players that I watch to go to the NFL? Yes. So
yeah, well,
I don't know.
How about I read some stats? This might change your mind.
Okay.
A year ago, between McCray, Killens, and Otis, they combined for 277.5 all-purpose yards per game. Almost 300 per game. That's crazy.
Nah, yeah, that's actually ridiculous.
Killens had 107 per game. McCray had 101.6 per game. That's crazy. They both topped the century mark. Otis Anderson also averaged 11.9 per punt return. That's a lot. That's of really yards, good, man. Look at that. Like at least they use their strengths and they
really
keep these
good.
fresh legs in this rotation. So I'm really happy that it's been working out like that. This fall, granted, it's only been 2 games and it's been against crappy teams. The 4 of those running backs combined for 386.5 all-purpose yards.
That's really good. Really
close to 400. That you don't see that anywhere else. So
no, that's
definitely
good.
Dylan Gabriel could have a QB rating of 59, and still we beat teams by 30.
That's what I mentioned last week about how if we establish the run game, we don't have to pass. So that's crazy.
Yeah, that's great, and you don't even have to pass long. Like Killens go flat, McCray line up in the eye.
That is something that helps all of them is that they all can receive, and receiving's important. Because if you look at modern wide receiver, or modern running backs, but not even modern, like new running backs like McCaffrey and like Kamara and like Saquon. Even like Le'Veon, he's obviously a little bit older, but they're all like receiving hybrid backs. Yeah. So that's good for them.
They're like slippery and not like Frank Gore running backs where like
Mike Tolbert.
Give me ball, and I run there, They're all like slippery, fast.
But then you even get players like Zeke, who's like both, but he's also not a receiving back.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not bad at it, but.
That's a good point. I have Zeke on my team.
James Conner, too. Not really a receiving back.
Yeah, so you would take UCF at 7.5 points?
Yep.
Stanford was 7.5 points.
So. We win by like 10 or something.
Okay. And we're both going the under? Because I like how the defense is playing.
Yeah, I'll go the under.
Okay. Player of the game? Guesses?
Let me think.
Because last week was Killens, by far. He had a great game.
I'm going to say offensive player of the game.
Yep.
is going to be. Let me think. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Killens.
Killens again, yeah. Hopefully he has a good season. When he was a sophomore, he had a great season.
Mm-hmm.
When he was a junior, he was a little overshadowed by the all of a sudden burst of studliness by Greg McCrae. I think people are starting to overlook how good Killens actually is. So he was actually my player of the game pick as well.
Oh, do you want me to pick a new one? Just for the sake of argument?
Pick a new one for the sake of argument.
Trey Nixon.
How could you be so stupid? I'm just kidding.
Trey Nixon.
Yeah, Trey Nixon's a good.
I'll say this will be his breakout game because he really hasn't had it yet.
Yeah. All right, that's exciting. So
D-line will be the most important part of the game, though.
Yeah, so you guys are going to wear white. It's a whiteout.
Whiteout.
And I'm excited. Go Knights, baby. Moving on to volleyball, my new favorite sport.
That's facts.
The volleyball team, they head to Illinois for the Redbird Classic. The Knights' first match is on Friday as they take on Marquette. They're ranked number 7.
Marquette 7th or UCF?
Marquette 7. UCF
Are we ranked?
No. We will, though, because after Marquette, we play number 14, Illinois, and then we play Illinois State. So this is tough. This is a true test.
That's
our
7,
volleyball team is
5-1.
And I think they're really good.
Have we beat a ranked team yet? Have we played a ranked team yet?
We lost to Rice. They were ranked. Our one loss is to a ranked team. But that's
not bad.
That's okay. I'd rather lose to a ranked team.
It's kind of like UCF football.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
well, if they escape that tournament going 2-1, that's good. If they beat one of those teams, that's good. And they should beat Illinois State.
Or if we beat
If we beat Marquette and lose to the other two, that'd be weird. But
no, if we come out 2-1, that would be good. I agree. And then next week we play Miami, Memphis, and
we play in order. We go FGCU, one game, and then doubleheader Miami and FAU, all Florida teams.
That's
I'm
awesome.
Excited.
I thought we play Memphis in volleyball soon.
It's not next weekend.
I thought the brunch classic thing was
Memphis,
Miami, and something. I'll double check.
I can assure you it is not. So the games will be on ESPN Plus. I'm sorry, girls, you guys aren't worth $5 a month for ESPN Plus. Basically, nothing is. That's like the worst deal ever. Like, who would buy ESPN Plus?
That's where
when you could buy Spotify or iMusic and listen to us. ESPN
Definitely.
Plus. But some more volleyball stats. The Black and Gold currently lead the American Conference in assists per set. Another stat I don't know.
Assists per set.
Kills per set.
Oh.
14. Is that good?
Okay, that's stupid. No, I'm not having it anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right, so considering there's 25 points in a set. But that's also not including 15 with the last one. Because the last one's worth 15.
Well, in a 5-round match.
Yeah. But we've been to a couple 5-set matches.
Okay, well, let's talk about stats from last week then to compare this.
Okay.
So we scored 75 total points because we swept.
Yeah.
And we had 51
kills. So
that's pretty proportional to the 14 or whatever you said.
14 per game. Okay, so that leads the American Conference. So apparently that's really good.
I'm
not buying it either.
I'm losing it, Steggy. I really am, dude. I'm losing it.
It's hard. The more I talk about volleyball, it's like more stats come up, and it's just like, I'm sorry, no one really cares about these.
Because this is where I'm confused. So we get 14 a game. So that means we're missing 11. Blocks also count as kills now. So then we get 11. We get like 1 ace a game. So let's minus that out. So now we're at 10 points, and the errors were like, well, the error official stats didn't come out, but there's no more than 10. Yeah, so I don't know where they're coming from now.
I really just think they put numbers in there, But we're also 4th in hitting percentage in the conference with 256%. Is that just
wait,
nothing?
Is that like, wait, hold on.
Is that hitting, just nothing?
Like how many times we hit the ball percent?
It says 4th in hitting percentage.
But then it gave you a whole number, not a percentage, right?
It gave .256.
That seems really bad. You were hitting the ball.
Clearly, we don't know what hitting percentage is because I don't know what it is. I feel like you hit the ball a lot in volleyball. I think that's
it. Actually, you only don't hit it once per point.
How is this so confusing? Yeah, it should be. I don't know.
No, that's all right. You're right. I have no clue what this stat means, but we literally automatically, basically, unless they get an ace, we're hitting it 3 times at least, and then. If they scored on us the next hit, that would be a hitting percentage, in my mind, of 75%.
Yeah, well, that's apparently not how this works. Because 75% in your philosophy would be a lot worse than, reality.
Maybe it's just reversed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
yeah, you could be right. Maybe it's but they shouldn't call it hitting percentage. Anyway,
I don't like it.
The tournament we just went to, Christina Fisher was the tournament MVP, and she's my favorite. She's the name I remember. She spikes very hard, and it echoes the gymnasium. So it's great. I love her.
Yeah, I like our whole team. They're great.
Who's your favorite volleyball player?
Don't ask me that.
Why? You just...
We can't yet.
Okay, I guess we don't know enough about... My pick is Christina Fischer.
Mine is actually... I don't remember her name, but she's number 20 because I appreciate defense in sports, and she's a very good defender. So I would say, as of right now, my favorite is number 20. I don't remember her name.
You say she had a lot of digs.
Well,
how many digs exactly?
She could have had a maximum, according to me, of 8 digs. So no, actually, I guess not. I'll look up her name because she deserves the recognition.
All right, good for her. Good for her.
She's my
favorite.
Has
Zach Klauber's respect. Moving on to UCF.
It means a lot.
Soccer. This is a little debate. I got a debate for you.
Uh-oh.
So, the summary of the...
McKenna Melville.
Oh, yeah, I know McKenna. I've mentioned her before.
I know. She's my favorite.
She's a defender. The summary of the UTRGV game, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, worst school name in history. We scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. One of them was from Cal Jennings, 2-0.
Okay.
And then we didn't score until the 116th minute.
So they scored twice?
Yeah, they scored twice within the last 10 minutes. It was Cal Jennings and Andres Hernandez. And then we didn't score until the 160th minute. So.
But we won?
We did win. We came out with the win. Our record is 2-1-1.
Wait.
What?
So we go into extra time, but then we can still draw?
Yeah, if it's like one period, it's like I think it's like 90 to like 120 or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's like but that typically in like pro soccer, that only happens if it's like a game like a UEFA like a World Cup game.
Yeah.
And then if it's tied still, then they just go into penalties. But,
yeah, we probably don't go. Well, we don't go into penalties because we tied Penn State.
Well, no, what? I guess football like NFL football regular season does that, but
yeah,
I don't like it.
So we were 15th before last podcast. Now we have a home game against VCU on Friday, which is tomorrow. Technically today because the podcast comes out today. We dropped in the rankings after a tie and a win. What are your thoughts? We tied Penn State. We beat UTRGV.
I think if our games before this were mediocre teams and then we won like this, I can see it. But we beat 2 top 10 teams. I'm sorry, we lost to 1 by 1, and then we beat, what were they, 7th?
6th.
So yeah, that annoys me.
That annoys me. You know, I kind of agree with college here. I mean, not really. I see the pattern because we were like, oh, we deserve to be up in the rankings. We had our home opener against a non-ranked team, and we didn't win. Like, that kind of disappoints me. And then UTRGV, is that even a real school at this point?
No, but
we got to beat them by more than 1 goal in overtime.
Yeah, but soccer's different. It's not like
it's more win based.
It's not like basketball or football. Like it's not like that. Like no matter how good you are, like look at when like real soccer games, like professional soccer games, like you so rarely even see like a 5-0.
Yeah, you're right.
So soccer's different.
So you're saying a win should be valued as a win,
especially a win when you scored 3 goals.
Not like college football where you got to pad the
win
stats.
Should be a win no matter what in soccer, especially just because it's like it's a hard game to get onto goal anyway. Yeah,
but just consider like if you're if you're NCAA, what do you do? There's so many teams out there. I mean,
yeah, I mean you.
I guess. I mean, there's no.
Why don't we just do March Madness for other sports? There you go, solves the problem.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely should for soccer. We do for baseball, and I really like that. I like how we do.
Yeah, we should do it for soccer too.
Just missed the national tournament last year, but that's fun. Like March Madness. It's fun,
and it is a pretty.
It won't work for football.
No, too much
because too much injury.
Well, we have a 4-game playoff. Just make it an 8-game playoff.
Well, I could talk all day about that, but we don't have time for that. What we do have time for is men's golf.
Oh.
The UCF men's golf team concluded their first fall tournament tied for 3rd place at the Island Resort Collegiate Invitational. The 3-round total came out to 859, which apparently averages out to be -5.
That's good then.
-5 is very good from my understanding as an average for a team. It put them even with East Carolina, 1 stroke ahead of Michigan State of the Big Ten, and 14 strokes ahead of 6th place Kentucky. They finished 3rd.
Wait,
good for them.
14 strokes, so they were +6?
No, yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, very bad. Well, no, 14 total, because we had 859.
Okay.
And they
I thought you meant
14 more strokes.
We were okay.
Whatever average that comes out to be. Some names got Clement Carmison led the way for the Knights, shooting 69 in his best round. 69.
I don't know. Wait, shooting 69.
69 strokes.
Okay.
So basically, like my social studies teacher in 10th grade, he was a pretty big golfer. Mr. Gillum, you know the name Mr. Gillum?
Gillum, sure.
So
I was trying to think of
he was
who
always
had.
like, he always golfed on his free time. He was like, I always go for 100. And if I go under 100, that's really good. So I based that off of, if you go under 100, you're really good. But this kid's shooting 69, so I'm guessing is that just college level, or is he just really good?
Wait, I'm going to do some math.
Okay, go.
I'm going to do it on my phone.
Divide it by 18?
Well, I was going to do... Well, no, because you have different pars.
Yeah, I know.
So what I was going to do was 18... Let's say 18 times 4, because a par 4 is probably average.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some par 3s, and there's going to be some par 5s.
Yeah.
Is 72. So then he hit what? 67?
69.
So that's
minus
3.
Minus 3, yeah.
If it was a 72.
It says minus 3 here, so that's some...
Oh, look at my math. It worked out.
Pretty good math. Tommy Cao, C-A-O is how you spell his last name. Never seen him before, but he improved across all 3 rounds to shoot the best individual round for UCF at 68. So good for him.
Minus 4, that's good.
-4 on the final day. He finished 8th overall. Teddy Tetak. What are these names? Shot a 218, including a 70 in his second round. He finished 15th overall. Good for them.
Yeah, that is good for them.
And more news, women's golf, record-breaking weekend for them.
Wow.
Throughout the 3-round event, the Knights battled their way up from finishing 12th place in the first round to tied for 5th in the third round out of 17 teams.
That's great then. No, good for them.
Great job by them.
That's awesome then.
And yeah, good for women's golf. It's definitely not appreciated as much. If we saw a golf player on campus, we wouldn't be tackling them like Greg McCrae. And it's nothing against Greg McCrae. I love him. I want him to have my children, but I think it's that bad. I think women's golf and all sports deserve a little more recognition.
Famouk, you can have my kids.
Speaking of Famouk,
I don't want
it. It's time. It's time. Just 5 minutes. The viewers.
Bro, I'm gonna get in my feels.
You want me to play this piano for you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to play the piano.
Okay. All right. There's also no piano here. All right. Let's get into it.
Go.
It has now been 3-4 episodes. I'm losing count. Time means almost nothing to me anymore because of this. I am about a day away from calling the police and filling out a missing persons report. This is getting ridiculous.
I just like the ad. He hasn't posted since August 25th.
I'm getting scared.
That's all I used to post all the time, man. I think he heard our podcast and is just scared.
Like, don't be scared, buddy.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey. Don't be scared, dude. I'm here. I'm your friend. I met you at Steak and Shake. We're friends. All right. How about this, dude? I'll give you some bargaining. You post tomorrow. It can even be on your story. I'd prefer a still of a dunk. Between the legs, preferably.
Or 360.
You could do a 360 too. Or a new one, maybe. But don't do something lame, like a one-handed reverse. I don't care about that. You're better than that. You know that. I'll buy you a 2 for $3, even though I don't think it exists anymore, at Steak and Shake. And I'll buy you a milkshake of your choice.
All right.
All right, Famouk, please.
It's settled. Right. We know you're listening because you stopped posting immediately when we started making fun of you. So,
Famouk, just come on the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, if anyone has a class with Famouk, tell him to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
I did, and it's too, I think I'm too far gone.
All right, well.
But don't show him the podcast.
With that being said, we have what time are we at?
We are about 15 minutes away from ending.
Okay, so I have a fun game for you.
Okay, and I have a talking point too.
We're going to talk a little bit about pro sports because we put our predictions in.
I would love to bring out my...
Yeah, we put our predictions in. We put everything we need to do. So before we do that, I'd like to see if you can name every playoff team in Major League Baseball right now.
Oh, okay.
You can do this.
Do I have to go by division or can I just name them?
You don't have to, for the sake of time.
Okay, so I'll do AL.
Okay.
It will be Yankees, Twins, Astros.
Yep. Good job.
A's. And...
You got it.
Indians?
Nope.
Are they AL?
No, Indians are half game back from the second wild card.
In the AL, though?
Yeah.
Okay, let me think then. Not the Red Sox, the Rays?
Yeah, Rays are first wild card spot.
AL I know way better than NL, however.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, NL. I can tell you, what's funny in NL? I don't know if I could do this, but I can tell you the 5 teams in the wild card chase, I think.
No way. All right, that's more
Brewers
fun.
are a half game behind, right? Or are they in it now?
They are in it after they win last night.
Phillies are like 2.5 or 3.
2.5.
Mets are 3 or 3.5.
Mets are 2 after last night's
okay,
win.
that's great. All right, let me process elimination. So Dodgers are in.
Yep.
Cardinals are in.
Yep. NL East.
NL East. Do I?
You got it.
Wait, Braves?
Yep.
Big Braves fan.
No, you're
and
not.
then one of the wild cards is the Brewers.
Yep. They're tied for the second spot. With?
Are the Reds tied?
The Reds are nowhere to be seen.
Okay, hold on. Let me think for a sec.
I think they're like 11 back now.
Nationals?
Yeah, they're number 1 spot. And Brewers are tied with...
Let me think. Hold
on.
on.
You got this?
Oh, my God. Hold on. No,
not them. I don't want to give you a hint.
No, not them, not them.
Okay.
The Cubs?
Yeah, you got it. So Cubs and Brewers.
Look at that. My baseball knowledge
tied.
is growing.
Mets 2 games back. Phillies 2.5, and there's a team 3.5.
Let me guess.
You got it. Want me to give you the division?
Texas.
No, they're AL.
White Sox.
They're AL.
Oh. I was doing so well, I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Let me think. I'll go quick. Phillies, Mets. No, I couldn't.
Okay, it's the Diamondbacks, and they're my favorite National League team.
Wouldn't have guessed. My favorite NL team, Steg, is the Rockies.
The Rockies. Moving on to, similar to professional sports, the segment we have entitled Nights in the League. Traquan Smith, my favorite wide receiver back in the day of the Saints. He started at wide receiver for Drew Brees. 2 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. Good for you, Traquan. Latavius Murray. He played the running back position for the Saints.
Yeah,
6 rushes, 43 yards, and a touchdown.
Yep.
2 catches for 4 yards versus the Texans. Good for you, Latavius Murray.
Know? Okay.
Wait, let me finish.
All right, finish on Latavius, because I have bad nights in the league.
That's it with Latavius. But I'm not done with the... Okay, go. Whatever.
Well, I was just going to say that it's not looking great for Shaquem.
Yeah, I was going to say, Shaquem had 1 tackle on special teams.
He was considered like the 53rd man.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
He needs to... It's not his fault. He's on a team with a pretty good defense, and the middle linebacker is the best middle linebacker in the league, arguably.
So what if he gets cut? Where's he going to go? A team will sign him, right? The team has to sign him. Come on.
I don't think so.
Really? You think that's it?
I think he's good, but middle linebacker, there's a lot of good ones, and it's a different... I don't know. If you're not starting from day one, it's a hard mentality to get into,
tough.
I think.
It's tough. So my heart goes out to you, Shaquem Griffin. I'm rooting for you so hard. But moving on to the other Griffin brother. Started at corner. 3 tackles, 2 passes on the Seahawks. Goes by the name of Shaquille Griffin. Good for him. He's doing very well. Jordan Akins. See,
tight end, right?
Yeah, tight end. Yeah, so I was watching him play, and I read the name Jordan Akins, and I totally forgot he went to UCF. Good for him. He had a catch for 17 yards against the Saints. So
do what he's got to do.
Good to see these Knights play in the NFL so well. I didn't mention A.J. Boye because neither of us are fans of A.J. Boye.
He's not good.
Or anyone on the Jaguars.
Yeah, the Jaguars are my least favorite team now, I think.
They're tough.
Other than Patriots.
Yeah.
Least favorite non-divisional rival team.
Yeah, well, it's just they're so annoying, with Jalen Ramsey. He's good, but...
He's overrated, though.
Yeah, it's sad.
Ngakwe's overrated. Ngakwe.
And, well, I like their quarterback's Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, I actually like the quarterback.
He's cool.
And I like all their wide receivers. It's just basically their defense I don't like. And Leonard Fournette.
Who are their wide receivers? Dede Westbrook?
Dede Westbrook, Chark Jr.
And
Gary on... No, that's the cornerback on the Raiders.
For the Raiders,
He's the one that
Gary
died.
Conley. Yeah, he's okay. He's coming back.
Is he? Wow.
Yeah. But Jonathan Abrams out for the year.
Which is worse.
Yeah, I like Abram more, which is sad. But
Garyon, I thought he got stretchered off.
Yeah, let's talk about the Raiders for a sec.
Okay.
I like the Raiders. They played well.
Who do y'all play this week?
Derek Carr, the Chiefs.
Well,
it's okay. That's why I'm talking about it now. So there's still good vibes when I mention the Raiders. Derek Carr looked good. He was 8 for his first 8.
Yeah, he actually did look good.
Josh Jacobs scored twice.
You are versing a very bad team, though.
Not very bad. Bad. And we were home.
What
okay.
NFL teams are considered very bad? Miami?
Yes, they're the worst.
Jets?
No.
Giants?
They're just unlucky. Giants... Okay, yeah, they have some talent, I guess, but they're pretty bad. Jaguars are pretty bad now without a quarterback.
What about...
Bucks are pretty bad. I consider we live in Florida. I just named all the Florida teams.
What about the... I just totally blanked.
I guess
I know who I was gonna, the Redskins, but I don't think they're very bad.
No, the Redskins are fine. They have somewhat of a future. I don't know. I guess the Broncos are pretty bad. They're probably amongst the 5 worst. But hey, we look good. It's not so much that we were just playing a bad team. We just outplayed them. We did well.
And I would also like to mention something about my favorite team.
Let's go Jets, baby.
The Jets. Sam Darnold has mono and is now out till at least week 5. So that sucks. And now we have Trevor Siemian playing.
Siemian.
And we trade for Demaryius Thomas, which I actually liked.
Me too.
But yeah, I don't want to see Trevor Siemian on the field. I like Sam Darnold, and I think he could be a good quarterback. How'd he get mono? I'm not sure.
Yeah, who's he kissing on the team?
Rex Ryan. But also, Rex Ryan, if you're listening, you're a bum, and I hate you. All right. Done with the Jets. But I have a discussion point that I'd like to talk about in the NFL. And it is probably the thing that I am most dismayed about the NFL.
Which is?
I am tired of Thursday night football games.
Yeah, we had a good... So we haven't recorded in the library since the first episode. We were really comfortable. And now, like, we've just been laying on the floor, you know?
Yeah.
Doing our thing like we are right now. Because we could have had a library spot today. But Thursday night football, we just have to watch it, you know? Football's fun to watch.
Yeah,
but
that's
why
the thing.
Is it on Thursday?
I love Thursday.
There's things to do on Friday.
And also, problem with Thursday night. Let's look at the first Thursday night game we had, which the problem with Thursday night is that players are tired because they get a short week, because they get a Sunday to Thursday. We didn't even have a short week because this was the first week of the regular season, and the score was 10-3.
Yeah.
And now this score, about to be the Bucs and the Panthers, is going to be definitely hard to be worse, but it's going to be equally as bad.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it because when we get to week like 16, not even, when we get to week like 8, and you see players who can't be running and they're getting hurt, like if you look at the percentage of players that would get hurt in Thursday night football games compared to Sunday nights, it's crazy high because players' bodies aren't ready. So imagine in college football, we played on Wednesdays, Saturday and Wednesday.
Exactly. It just doesn't make sense to me. I get you want to change the day because it's nationally televised or whatever, because it's usually a divisional game, but why is it not moved back to Saturday or Friday at the worst? Why is it Thursday? Why do you play Sunday and Thursday?
As a fan of watching things, I like it, but it's so bad.
It doesn't make sense in any aspect. It doesn't make sense for the fans because it's in the middle of the week. It doesn't make sense for the players because they just played a game and beat themselves up. It doesn't make sense for anybody. I bet it doesn't even make sense for revenue and ticket sales, but also that's beyond me.
Problem I have, too, with two things. One, with Thursday night. I get every team gets a Thursday night, but and I get it's a divisional thing most of the time, like 90% of the time, but who cares, bro?
Yeah.
Who cares when the Jets are going to play the Bills Thursday night? Who cares when the Panthers are playing the Buccaneers Thursday night? Like, the Packers-Bears happen to be a good one, but it's just oh my God. Second problem, whoever chooses primetime games, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And right now, what's Monday Night Football? Do you know?
No, I have no idea what Monday
Jets versus Browns.
Oh, that's a Monday night game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Who cares, bro? Who cares?
It's really bad.
People thought the Browns were going to be good, and they lost the first one, but at least do
30
Browns, someone mediocre, at least Colts, or anything other than us.
Yeah.
So it annoys me. Last week Sunday night was good. Well, it was supposed to be good. I thought it was a fun matchup though. Patriots Steelers.
Another 30-point victory.
And then what was Monday? Or was that Monday?
That was Monday. Monday was Raiders and
Broncos.
It was the Raiders Broncos, and it was also the Saints Texans.
Happened to be a good. Both of them. Well, the Saints Texans was a great game. But Raiders Broncos game happened to be fun.
Okay, Raiders Broncos was good because the Raiders were the team to watch. They have a hard Knocks episode.
But that schedule was made last year, so they just got lucky.
Yeah, but why Broncos? Oh, that was made. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's made.
Why Raiders Broncos? Why not Chiefs Chargers? You know.
Yeah. So.
But that's a good point. The NFL, they don't do a good job.
Get your money up, not your funny up, NFL. That's what I'm talking about.
That's very true. That's why I think all things MLB until recently was almost spot on, and I was always like, why can't the NFL and NBA be like the MLB? MLB does a great job, but
they do. So, who's the commissioner?
His name is Rob Manfred. I'm pretty sure. But you don't even hear. I think it's Rob Manfred, but you don't even hear his name because he doesn't do anything wrong.
We talk about Roger Goodell every other day.
Yeah,
Adam Silver looks like an alien.
Yeah, he does look like an alien.
David Stern didn't let Chris Paul go to the Lakers, so everyone's got a problem.
Yeah, I remember that. That was bad. I mean, think about the NBA today if that would have happened.
Yeah, if Kevin Durant wasn't allowed to join the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly.
Or LeBron go back to.
That's a long discussion for another day.
Anywhere, yeah.
That's true.
Hey, real quick, if you're a player fan, don't watch sports.
Good point, and you know who you are.
Enrique.
If you're a LeBron fan, you know who you are.
Yeah, that's not the point of sports.
Just be a team.
If you want to play a sport by yourself against 5 guys, if you're playing basketball, you would lose every time.
Just rep a team, make some friends within the fan base. It's a lot more.
You can have a favorite player on an opposite team. I'm not saying that. I happen to like DeAndre Hopkins a lot, and I'm a Jet fan. Or I like.
But if DeAndre got traded to the whatever team, I don't know. The
Saints.
Raiders, Saints.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a Saints fan. No. If my favorite Jet, if Jamal Adams got traded to, Jamal Adams is probably my favorite Jet. If he got traded to like anywhere, like the Buccaneers, I wouldn't be a Buccaneers fan.
Would you still be a Jet fan?
Yeah, I'd still be a Jet fan.
That's how sports should be. So
absolutely.
You know who you are. If you're a LeBron fan, you're a Cavs fan, and you're a Lakers fan now, you were a Heat fan back then, just stop. And that's all I have.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Else. It was a quick episode because it was a Thursday.
Not as quick as you think.
A lot of sports coming up. I'm excited for this weekend. And yeah, next time I record, it's going to be a post-win against Stanford.
Absolutely.
And I'm really happy about it. So see you guys there, 3:30, wear white. And
let's hope I get into the game.
Go Knights, baby.
I will. I promise. But yeah, no, I'll end it real quick then. Everyone, just thank you so much for listening. Please, give us a 5-star on iTunes. Always download your podcasts on wherever you're listening, whether that be iTunes, Spotify, Google Play.
The website.
YouTube, reason. You can subscribe, but use Spotify or Apple Music or Google Play. I've never seen Google Play. But no, guys, thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next episode.
Peace out.